relative clause is a type of dependent clause that begins with words such as who, which, and that, okay? It modifies a noun just as a regular adjective does. Who is used when a relative clause modifies a person or people. That is used for things, animals, and people. Which can be used for things and animals, but that is more used for this, okay? For example, does she know the boy who called you yesterday? You can also say, does she know the boy that called her yesterday? So you can use who or that. With me, I will use who. I would say, do you know the boy who called her yesterday? That's just teacher who use who. Another example, the dog who is wearing a brown collar is mine. Or the dog that is wearing a brown collar is mine. Or the dog which is wearing a brown collar is mine. Teacher will use that. I will use that. I don't know why, but that is more, it sounds better to me. The dog that is wearing a brown collar is mine. To let you know that collar, brown collar, that brown collar. Another example, Mr. Lee is reading the letter that came this morning. Or Mr. Lee is reading the letter which came this morning. I once again will use that. Mr. Lee is reading the letter that came this morning. So with these with these clauses, these relative clauses, you will use who, which, and that, okay, etc. And this is how you will use it. You will have your subject, and then you will pick who or that or which will go best with it. So let's review, okay? Who is used for people or a person. We will not use who for a dog. Who is only for people or a person. So, does she know the boy who called her yesterday? My uncle who came to the house yesterday slapped my brother. So, you will want to use who only for people. Your subject will be a person. Then you will tell me which one, who, which, or that, that will match the subject, okay? Which can be used for things and animals, but most commonly that is used for things and animals. So I think with which and that, you could just pick whichever one sounds best for you. That is used for things, animal, and people. I wouldn't suggest using that for people, but hey, the book says you can use that for people. So I guess it depends on the sentence with me. But you can use that for things, animals, and people. So you will have your clause, boom, that, which, who, and then the rest of the sentence. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. Who is preferred to modify pet animals in many occasions? That is true. Sometimes people will use who for pets because pets are like family. The book in the younger books, it would say it for animals when you were learning animals. I would never call an animal I love it. I would call the animal by their gender. They'll say, teacher, do you have a dog? I'll say, yes, I do have a dog and I love her. Because I love her. She's not a it. She's like family to me. But that's not important. I just want to add that. So anyways, so do you understand how to use who, which, and that? Are you sure? Well, let's test our knowledge, okay? You're going to rewrite each sentence by adding a relative clause that modifies the underlining phrase for part A. Then you're going to write your own sentences based on the directions below. And then that's it. So you're going to write your own sentence using, for number one, you're going to include a relative clause that modifies the word teacher. Remember, which one, that, who, or which goes with people. Teacher is a person. For 2, you're going to include a relative clause that modifies the word subject. Subject is just a word, like it says. It's a word. It's not a person. It's not a place. I guess you can make it a thing here. So you have to pick which one goes with it. Who, that, or which. Which one? Then you're going to rewrite for A, you're going to rewrite each sentence by adding a relative clause that modifies the underlying phrase. I have a cousin, and you're going to make a sentence with that. The people are nice. You're going to make a sentence with that. Gary gave me a basket, and you're going to make a sentence with that using the proper relative word that goes with it. Okay? If you need to review which one goes with which, like when to use who, that, or which, it's perfect. You can review. Okay, ready? Let's start.